looks like we are live. Just waiting for the video to pop up. And there it is. Oh, they still got my logo on there. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's been a while since I last did a live stream. It's been a couple years, actually. Um, but yeah, just hop right into it. So, it's a lot of things that's been going on in the market the last 4 years since I posted a video. A lot of the meme stocks, they went up, they went down, and it looks like we're going through another wave of meme stocks just skyrocketing, a bunch of short squeeze going on. I think we should start with that. So, for those of you who don't know Wall Street Bets is, this is like the center place for all the degen activity in meme stocks. This is highly important to keep up with because if you are shorting any stocks that's any companies that is doing terrible, like the financials looks terrible, the concept of the business is terrible, they have no long-term future, according to your analysis, then it would make sense to short it to make some money. But you have to be very careful because it's a group of people, and Wall Street Bets isn't the only group who look for stocks just like these that you see on the screen, just to short squeeze. And if you don't know what a short squeeze is, I highly recommend that you look it up. I'm not going to explain that right now, but just be careful if you are short in the market right now because this page is highly active right now, and it's more people getting into the market who don't know what the heck they doing, and stocks that supposed to be failing are going like just bonkers right now. So one of those stocks is KSS, that's Kohl's. So Kohl's, it's a retail store. It's been doing bad the last couple of years, actually the last decade, and for some odd reason, it's going up. And that's because of these group of degenerate people who just don't care. They got money to waste, and why not? You know. So we're gonna actually go into. We're gonna do look briefly into Kohl's financials. Like, why is this company just terrible? Other than they closing down thousands of stores. So you can see it's up over 37% over the day. So that's about, what was that, $3. And I actually took a long position on this company just to degen around. It only cost me about $150. I got money to waste right now. So let's go into the financials. Where is the financials? Here we go. Financials. And I use Yahoo Finance. So total revenue, as you can see, the last couple of years been decreasing. Let's look at the net income. Net income. So it looks like in 2023 they had just a terrible year. Then came back. Okay, so the company is somewhat profitable. It's not bad. Let's get the balance sheet. I'm just quickly scanning it. I'm not doing anything in depth or explaining anything. Just trying to see what may still be keeping this company alive. So they got assets. Let's look at the cash flow statement. How much free cash flow they got? Free cash flow. Okay. So the company isn't running entirely off of fumes. Looks like they've been losing money on their investments. Yeah, so Kohl's isn't completely shit, but it's not a company that I will go long term on. Especially since given the fact that a group of degenerates are just pumping this stock up and it's going to dump eventually. So if you are playing any of these meme stocks, or they call it stonks, I'll be very careful. Right now, everybody on Reddit, they're trying to predict, okay, what's going to come up next, what's going to pretty much which stock or bad company going to pump next. So they got D-Nut here. What's D-Nut? I forget. D-Nut. Krispy Kreme. It's just like any company with a silly ticker symbol or something that's nostalgic. Those are the ones they are choosing to pump up. So D-Nut, KSS, Bull, just because the ticker symbol is Bull, like bullish. I can see why that's going up. And RKT, that's short for REC. For those of you who don't know what REC is, look up. Like, you just gotta look this stuff up. You gotta be part of the culture. But anyways, let's see. I wanted to show y'all this resource here I used to see short interest. So it's called FinIntel, and pretty much it's a website. They have different data on different on companies. So let's type in the ticker symbol KSS. And here, the first thing you click on is short interest. And it tell you 47% short interest. So that's really high. So shorting is when a company feel like another well when an individual or a company feel like a public traded company is going to do bad in the near future or the further future. So they create a position to say, hey, we're going to put a bet in, I say bet, or an investment in to say that this company is going to go completely to zero and they make money from the company going down. Now, when you have high short interest, you have another group of investors who's bullish on it. So, like, this page here is a group. Everyone's individuals, but they all come together and discuss things like this. So you have, let's say, 1 million people buy into this company, or there's a bunch of short position. That's what called a short squeeze. And it's a better explanation for that. But I'm not gonna go too in depth in it. I just want to give the general idea. Um, so when you have a short squeeze, that causes everyone who have a short position to close their position. Otherwise, they're gonna lose a bunch of money. So when they close a position, or to do that, they have to buy back a ton of stocks. And when they have to buy back a ton of stocks, in addition with the other investors who's bullish or the degens, that causes something called a short squeeze. So then that causes the stock price to rally up like crazy. And you can kind of pinpoint when a short squeeze is going to happen. You look at it's a day where these option contracts, they expire all at once. It's across the board. They all expire all at once. And that's when these hedge funds, they close a bunch of the position. That was what caused the stock to go up selling in a given day. That's what a short squeeze is. So prior to that time, the degenerates or investors, they will keep buying stocks, keep putting up the price until that day of expiration. They buy even more because then the companies have to come in and close their position. You see what I'm saying? And that will drive the price up. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like degening into these meme stocks. Speak up your volume. Someone just texted me and said the volume was bad, but I think it's fixed now. But yeah, so that's why I'm investing into, or I'm trading these meme stocks, is because of the whole short interest thing. Like long term, I wouldn't dare put my money into these companies long term. Like I know it's gonna go, it's gonna do bad eventually. By the way, SPY is not a bad company. That's an index, so that's something that you can invest into for the long term future. But I wouldn't, like, I don't consider that like a bad stock. It's an index, but yeah. Yeah, so that's finintel.io. What else do they have? They have other stuff. I mainly use it for short interest. Look that up, and also it's a way to see what other, here you go, institutional ownership. So you can see what other institutions are investing into coals. So right off the bat, they have big firms like BlackRock, Dimensional Fund Advisors, Price to Row of Associates. So BlackRock is that's a well-known company here, and let's see, look like they increased their position. Ownership percentage 14%. This was about 5 days ago. So about 5 days ago, BlackRock bought about, looked like 3 million shares of Kohl's, and this is very recent. So it's something that BlackRock see. Either they buying this company to, have the collateral to short it, or they buying it for the long term. They see something in the future, but they bought a good 3 million shares of Kohl's, so that says something. That says a lot there. Let's see who else bought into this company. Any other well-known names? Valley Advisors. Yeah, BlackRock is the only one I see here. But you can see that some people are selling, closing, opening positions, strategic planning, corporate. They bought 300,000 shares. Is there anything in the millions here? Goldman Sachs. It looked like they bought some shares and they shorted like a quarter of them. What else? Yeah, that's about it. But that's Fan Intel, y'all. Good resource. Highly recommend it. You should use it. Oh, then this thing came out a couple days ago. So FINRA, that's the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, they are filing to get rid of the pattern day trader rule. Well, not completely get rid of it, but lower the standard. So for those of you who don't know, you only get 4 day trades in a 5-day trading period. After that, they'll lock out your account where you can't make any day trades. Now that don't mean that you can't trade at all. That just means you can't buy and sell the same stock or entity in the same day. So right now the requirement is $25,000 or more in order to be a day trader. So FINRA is trying to change it so all you need is the minimum of $2,000 to do day trading. And that'll be good because a lot of regular and newer investors who don't have $25,000 to trade with, they can make as many day trades as they need. So that's been a rule since 2001, I believe, and they finally about to start allowing more traders into the market doing day trades. So that's a really big thing. I don't know if anyone ever day traded before, and here it is. It's the end of the week or the middle of the week, and you try to do a day trade, but now they say, hey, usually the platform will warn you, let you know before you make it another day trade. We go into the maximum limit, and they will stop you. Or if you actually went past that mark, then they lock out your account for 90 days. And that sucks because if you get into, let's say you make a bad decision, you try to hurry up and get out of it, you can't do it in that same day. You have to wait till the next day because your account is locked out. And that will make you lose even more money. So I'm excited about that. That's really great. That's a good thing. And let's see what else is going on. Trump says Japan deal reach with tariff rate set at 15%. So I don't see anything. Oh, meme stock fever is spreading like it's 2021 with cold soaring. So that made the headlines. The nostalgic 2021 meme stock trades have made the headlines. Anything else going on in the markets? That's about it. That's all I see for right now. Look like the Nasdaq is down. S&P 500 is up. What about Bitcoin? Do they have Bitcoin on here? I have not looked into Bitcoin in a minute. Let's see what they saying about coals. Oh, you gotta subscribe. We'll do that later. Let me get to some stock call outs, some stuff that I've seen this week that I plan on taking a position in. So NVIDIA, I did short NVIDIA. That's a trade I may hold into next week. It depends. If I make a 20% more or more gain, then I'm gonna sell my position. But I got a put option or I shorted NVIDIA. Just based off of market trends and nothing fundamentally wrong with the company, just market trends. It's been soaring up the last couple of weeks, and I think you gotta correct eventually. So I'm trying to catch a 3 or 5% slip. I gotta put option on it, so that equates to about another $200-$300, maybe 2,000. So NVIDIA I'm shorting. What's another one? Pinterest. So back in 2021, actually it was 2020, I called out Pinterest as a long-term hold because they went public in 2021. So let me go to Pinterest. So right now Pinterest is trading at $38 a share. Let's go to the financials really quick. First thing I always do when I look into a company, look at the financials. I go straight to the top line, revenue. Have the revenue been increasing the last couple of years? It has. Revenue been increasing, look like about 20% a year, if I'm doing the math correct in my head. Let's get the net income. Is the company profitable? 2023 looks like they wasn't profitable, as well as 2022 they wasn't profitable. Probably was the best time to invest into the company, but now they turn into profit. So it's a drastic change from 2023 to 2024, which is last year. In the trailer 12 months, they are still in profit. So that's extremely well. And the thing about Pinterest is like Pinterest have a bunch of users, mainly women, and it's a bunch of advertiser revenue opportunities. So right now everything's like towards Facebook, Google for advertiser revenue when it comes to like social media, but Pinterest is another one that can still market share. Let's look at the cash flow. Free cash flow on hand. So they got a ton of free cash flow. We have to look into the investing cash flow a little later to see what's going on with that. But yeah, so far so good. Everything look good with Pinterest. What's the PE ratio? Let's look at that. Trying to see how much is it trading above its actual intrinsic value. So PE ratio is about 14. So it's trading 14 times the price that it's worth. That's what PE ratio is. But yeah, I still think Pinterest is a buy. I think in the next 5 to 6 years or 5 to 10 years that it's going to be trading like Facebook up in the hundreds. But it's a long-term hold. If you believe in this company, do your own research. And yeah. So Pinterest is a long-term hold. NVIDIA, short-term trade. Apple. They had Apple and Tesla. They have earnings on Thursday. So anyone trading in the markets on Thursday, be careful. It's the thing called volatility crush. So if you brand new to trading options, you just got in this week or last week or let's say the last couple months, it's not a good idea to hold positions over earnings. You will get crushed because volatility will shoot straight down. And I know Tesla may jump up 20, $30. That can happen, but the value of that option will go down because implied volatility is a factor that contributes to the cost of that option. So I wouldn't recommend holding the position over earnings because anything can happen. It can jump down 20 or 30%, it can go up 20, 30%. But even if it does go up, you still will lose a percentage of the value of that option because of implied volatility crash. So I just want y'all to be aware of that. And I think that's all I have for y'all today. I'm going to try to do these once a week. I'm going to try to go for Sundays. I think Sunday is a good day just so we can kind of have a good foundation on what's going on in the market for the week. But that's all I have for y'all. Someone says thoughts on XRP. XRP. So you asked me a crypto question. I haven't been in the crypto world in like it's been a really long time. What I mean by in a crypto world, like I still invest and I have a position in crypto, but I haven't been like balls deep into crypto. It's been a while. I've been focused on just long term investing, buying high value stocks, and just invest for the long term versus doing high risk activity like trading. But XRP, I heard recently they finally won a case. Actually, let's look at that. Let's see, XRP. Dang, said $3.50. Last time I looked at XRP was like trading like 80 cents or something. Let's go to Trading View. Now, if your question is XRP another Bitcoin, absolutely not. I don't think XRP will never reach Bitcoin levels because it's not designed to do that. It's designed to be a transactional cryptocurrency. Kind of like Dogecoin in a way. It's designed to stay low, not necessarily to skyrocket and be worth a ton of money. I know Japan have adopted XRP. So right now, analysts are saying it's a strong buy. Where the heck is the chart? Here you go, full chart. And let's go to the no. This is a weird tool they have. I just want the drop down, god damn it. Give me the drop down. There you go. It's right over here. Trying to look at the price action the last couple months and years. Yeah, so it was about last year I was trading XRP. It was like, cent range. So just imagine you bought like 1,000 coins of XRP and now it's at $3.50. Man, that'd be some money right there. And I think a couple of years ago, didn't it reach about $1 or something? Yeah, so it beat all-time highs from like over, what was this, 7-8 years ago. So right now I wouldn't dare touch XRP. Crypto boom in waves. You have years that do well, then like the next year, the year after that, some sort of catalyst shoot it straight down to the ground. So XRP, that's something I wouldn't go long in right now. Me personally, I'll short it. This is like a good short opportunity because look at the volume. It just like it got to correct eventually or something. Like I'm thinking like maybe $2.80. It's gonna be a rainy day eventually, but long term, if you believe in the value of XRP and you did your research, I say do what you want with it, but it's not something I will hold long term. I don't think it would be adopted into the U.S. markets like how it's adopted into the Japanese markets. So that's my opinion on XRP. Well, if anybody got any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment. We will do this again next. Actually, we'll do this again this Sunday. This Sunday, we're going to go at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock this Sunday. We'll do this again. But that's all I have for y'all. And hope you have a good night. And be safe. And y'all stay dangerous.